Well, as I said, the aim of this program is to analyze the budget in depth. There's no need to shout and scream and have 25 people at the same time. We're calling 6 of the best minds and spending time with them to analyze this budget in depth. And we've got with us now one of the finest minds in the country, Naina Lal Kidwai, who has not only Indian but global experience. Naina, overall the stock market seem happy, but many say it's because the expectations were so low. Always ask first your overall take on the budget. 2 good things and 2 bad things.
Well, Pranoy, I think exactly as you say, one of the big positives of this budget is the fact that the growth agenda has stayed on track, and the relief rally that you see in the stock markets is the fact that interest rates, excise rates, customs rates were not put up unduly with a view to fix the fiscal deficit. And I think that is where a lot of the fears of industry lay. And if you actually go back to some of the discussions pre-budget, there was a concern that duties would go up. So to my mind, the fact that things have been left where they were, but even more significant, I think, is the fact that the Finance Minister continuously mentioned the direction for tax reform lying towards DTC and the GST, which he has been working very hard to ensure gets implemented. Now, we all get frustrated that maybe the implementation is not as fast as it should be, but we have to understand the concerns and issues that he is having to deal with. And the fact that he sees that as the direction, and therefore keeping taxes within the norms that are prescribed there being important, I think was quite significant this time, because in time I would hope that the hoopla around the budget disappears, and what we get is exactly this sort of directional policy, and we look more at the outcomes than some of these one-off issues as they go forward.
Well, Naina, many years ago when we started this, maybe 20 years ago, we used to analyze the budget. The government used to be 80% of investment. Now, according to my friend Hasib Drabu, the central government is only 18%. So really, you're quite right. Nothing really much can be done except give directions to give private industry and non-government sectors a boost in their functioning. Overall, though, there is an argument which I'm going to put to you, and you can totally disagree with it, partly raised by Ruchir, that there is a slight slowdown in the economy because the stimulus, government stimulus has been removed. If you look at the government stimulus or the government's role in contributing to GDP growth, it's averaged about 0.6 to 0.8% over the last 10 years. But then in the crisis time, it really gave the largest stimulus, according to Ruchir, of any emerging market, and its contribution went up to 3% of GDP. It improved GDP by 3%, but now it's back down to the long-term trend of 0.6. And we are seeing the industry slowing down a bit. We've seen cement dispatches slowing down, investment slowing down. Are you worried that industry will not hit its 9% next year? It is slowing down and it needed a boost which didn't come in this budget.
I think it is important that industry's growth agenda stay there. And in fact, the budget alludes to manufacturing being center stage over time. It talks of increasing manufacturing's input into India's growth process.